and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. Tell a friend. Come join us in our live chat and in our comments section if you're in the replay group. All right, y'all. Welcome to Thursday. This is 90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise, Season 3, Episode 6, Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. Oh, Jamal.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened to our show. I just
I don't
want to
know.
know.
I don't know. They had a great formula when this was on Discovery. Now they have brought it onto TLC. I guess they changed the people in the production crew. It's just very flim flam. These are poor storylines. They're not doing their homework. The editing team sucks. And I'm not interested in none of these people. None. I don't
This
know.
is just very, very bad. All around. I just got done watching it, and I, I kept when I watched this, all I see is production. If that makes sense, I don't see. I'm not seeing the people.
Yeah. Oh my God, Sunway. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sunway. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Auntie. I hope I said that right. Sunway says, can't stand Lydia and Scott. There's nothing there. Just two crazy people who can't understand each other. Yep. Hey y'all, I have to leave in a quarter past, but I may return my. No worries, Ryan. No worries. We know work is more important than this trash. You finally caught a live, Auntie. We're glad that you did. Let's see. Keeping this show behind the Discovery Plus paywall kept it honest and pure. Yeah, there is a difference. There is a difference, but
There's a stark difference. I mean, to see the change is very. It's very stark. And who do you want to start with?
It's up to you.
Okay.
You seem devastated, so I'm gonna let you drive.
It's not so much devastation. It's just like we watch these shows, and most of us have watched all the iterations, right? And when we found 90 Days in Paradise, it was on Discovery. We're like, okay, I'll pay for it just to see what's going on. And when you watch the first season, you could feel that it was natural. You could feel it felt real. It's like finally, something that we could believe in.
First season, I was just
you were about to have a heart attack.
Yes. Yeah, I was numb throughout that whole first season, and it only was until it finished and nothing bad about where I came from happened. Then I could say, oh, in hindsight, that was wonderful. But yeah, during that season, I was just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I really was, because I felt like the people from TLC were in charge of it, and I had no trust. But then the second season rolled around. I felt better. One, because we weren't on there. And two, it was different. The production was different. The people were different. Now it's third season and it's on TLC, and it's the same shit, different day.
Exactly. So yeah, right. We can start with April and Valentine. And here's where and we knew this was gonna happen though. We saw the clips, we knew when they rolled up, when she said this is the poorest side, I'm like,
I know.
I'm like, every city has it. So what are you talking about? I'm like, oh no, this is not gonna go well. I'm like, this is gonna go extremely horrible. And she's like, Sukasa? He's all, yeah. And she's like, she's like, it's nice. He's like, I know you so well.
And that's when I fell in love with him.
And he said,
when she said, this is your house, and he was like, yeah, like he was proud of where he came from. He wasn't disowning it, and he was dragging her there. And then when she was like, Oh, it's so pretty. And he was, I know you. Stop it. I was on his side. I was on
Right.
his.
I hollered. Okay, you're not gonna even pretend with her right now. Good. I like it. So they go in, she meets everyone. They ask a few little questions,
Mhm.
and they were real nice. So I think what was it? The plantains came first, like
Mhm.
plantains and salami, basically. And she's like, salami? Oh my god, I'm vegan. I would never eat that. The salami is a whole bunch of powdered pig.
And it was just
I
like,
would never.
when she
Yeah.
started doing that. Oh.
I was like, ma'am, hold up, bro. Give me 2 seconds.
Mhm. It was. I thought she was rude when she was describing the meat. And then here's the thing. I
See
don't
right here?
understand.
See this,
Oh,
April? If you watching, you see this?
what
Columbus.
is that?
Peppered salami. You
Oh,
would never eat it, but I do.
I love salami.
See
I
it?
do.
If you don't eat this, more for me and everybody else.
Oh my god. But the I got a feeling that they weren't referencing like salami like we know. I think someone says sausage. So I'm not sure whether by the way,
Oh,
sausage or salami, she could have more she could exclude herself from that.
for real,
But
for real.
she also has to realize that his family is not well off. So
Right.
getting salami or a sausage or whatever it is that they're bringing in for this meal in honor of her and her going about one of the contents is highly insulting. Did you see grandma's face?
Grandma was not happy.
Grandma wasn't having it. Grandma might not have understood what she was saying, but the mere motion of her like throwing up while talking about the salami, girl, bye. Bye. These people are not well off and they're trying to put out the best for you. And this is your response.
Mm-hmm.
Who raised you? Where'd you come from?
And then let's go to
Like
the. Go
it's
ahead.
almost like she has absolutely no social cues. And then to get into that big fucking argument in front of his family about him needing to multitask and learn English and come to the States because she is not deeming herself to come there. Although I did agree with the argument, she is the breadwinner and she's not giving up her businesses to come and live in poverty in
But
DR. But you don't say that out loud.
right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing though. Even if you feel that way, there's a way you say it. You just say it straight like here's the thing, I have a thriving business. I have a set up in the US already. So at this time it does not make sense for us to come down here. Now, if we want to expand the business, yes, we can look into that. There's a way to tactfully say it, like basically you just set up in this man's house, told him he could never provide for you. You make more than him, and she's not coming down to your country to live broke. That's exactly what she said.
Oh, yes, it
And I was
was
like,
rude. It's almost like I would like to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she can't read the room, that she has no social cues. No, by the time her segments were over, I was just like, this bitch wants to bring a manservant to the United States that she can continue rub it in to him that she is better than him. That's how you came off, girl.
right.
That's how you came off. Yeah, but the way she scoffed when he had the audacity to not want to go to the US. Yep. And telling him if you want to make something of yourself, if you want to get a future, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
The sister had more social cues than she did. Because the sister said, you know what, we about to shut this down. Maybe it's too soon for y'all to be talking about this. Basically, table it and talk about it later.
Yeah. Yeah, she did call him lazy, Ryan. She did because he couldn't do more than one thing at a time. Who said that? He said he didn't want to. Cuz he's, you know why? Cuz he's running on Caribbean Standard Time. I run on Caribbean Standard Time when I fucking feel like it, cuz I can.
And here's the thing with her. She needs to realize he's still 26. So yeah, he's gonna take his time to figure out what he wants to do. You're already in your mid-30s and established. That's you.
Let me tell you something. He don't want to figure out what he want to do. He already know what he's doing. He's got her and Teresa and Maria and Chantel and all of them other girls that he is training, helping him out. Did you see when they were going into the house? He had 2 or 3 duffel bags that he was holding with stuff for his family that she probably brought down.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine it's her and she's admitted to sending him money. Mm-hmm. And didn't Johan say, who was also a personal trainer, he had a bunch of other women in his phone that he was doing the same thing with Danielle. Who's to say that Valentine isn't doing the same thing as well? He's not ready to go to the United States because he got a good thing going. And let me tell you, that house that they have,
that was nice though.
Was because you saw it had the dish on the top of the roof, right? And compare that house to Johan, what's his name, Johan's house, where they bathing in an outhouse
in Sherlon's house.
In Sherlon's house. It was Sherlon.
No, I'm saying you compare it for Johan, but you see how the men were living. I'm just making the comparison. Right. I was looking at the house. I'm like, okay.
But nice. I'm talking about DR to DR. Though.
Oh, I got you.
DR to DR. Remember when Johan took Danielle to his parents' house, mm-hmm. they had to bathe under a hose.
Right.
And she couldn't do her beauty plan and all of that. There was no AC or nothing like that. Let me tell you, whatever Valentine got going on, it's good. It's good.
No,
he's helping his family. All right, Ryan. Thank you for joining us.
I'm looking at the house. And I'm like, okay, you've got a nice little gate fence that's not knocked down. And look, it mm-hmm. looks in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at the house. I'm like, okay. And now look at the roof. I'm like, the roof still looks kind of good. So
yeah, it's a flat cement roof, I think. Like, but let me tell you, look at the furniture inside. Them is old-fashioned mahogany furnitures. Them cost a good penny. In the Caribbean, those are expensive.
Gotcha.
Yeah, mahogany wood. I was
looking at the structure. I'm like, mm-hmm. this don't look like quote poor, but the way she was trying to make it out to be.
No, that is concrete construction. And let me tell you, if we could get a chance to go a little bit deeper and see past some of the paint chip, if it's soft stone, it's even more expensive. Soft stone is very expensive. It's kind of like limestone.
Okay.
But we call it soft. It's in the family of limestone. And it's just softer. So that's why they call it soft stone, but it's just as expensive. And that's a well-constructed house. And it had a satellite dish on top, a small one. So they paying for that. Mm-hmm. Like, I saw nothing wrong with their gated home. I saw nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Gated home. Yes, I said it. Gated home.
Right.
I have no complaints with it. Whatever they got going on in there, it is profiting them.
Exactly.
And they serving you salami, bitch. I don't know. And it seems like they're serving what the Puerto Ricans call mofongo. They doing the plantain and they pounding it up and they adding meat in it. Oh, give me her portion. She don't deserve none of it. She don't deserve none of it. I stay there, abuela. I'll sit there and I'll say yes to everything. Just give me her portion. I'm very appreciative and I eat meat and I think it's yummy. And she's a whole cow and I'm no longer like I was never really on board with her. Valentine, I was just waiting, but he handled that situation beautifully. He handled her appropriately. Um, I like it. I like him. I'm on his side. Whether he right or wrong or indifferent, I'm on his side. Sorry, y'all. I'm snacking. I'm hungry. Who next? Oh, was I supposed to put up their little thingy me boos? I think I forgot them. Oh well, y'all. I'm not consistent.
Let's go to a couple with no storyline. And then Matt. Basically he feels like he's too old for her. She wants to party, and that's it. Next.
But did you feel like it was stuck on repeat, like
It was.
I'm aging myself, a
was.
record that was stuck in the groove?
No, it was. That's what I said. It had no storyline. That is the storyline.
I don't understand why they think we're so stupid. You are dating a woman from Brazil. You have done you claim to know that Carnival is like New Orleans Mardi Gras on steroids, right? Mm-hmm. But yet you going down there and you trying to change her and her culture. In her culture. I can see if you try to do it back home in Texas, but you're trying to change her and her culture in her place of birth when you're supposed to be going down there to experience what it is. Get your lazy, old, swollen foot ass up and go to all the parties with her and stop behaving like a 2-year-old toddler running after his mommy. Anna, don't leave me. Don't run off and leave me. I want some Brazilian man to pound him like the Flintstones, just go boop on top of his head and leave him in a gutter. He is super annoying to me, even though she's very blatant that she wants to get to the United States. Right. I'm with her on it, but find somebody else, girl. He seems a little bit insecure and controlling for me.
A little?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He was so entertaining when he was fucking asleep.
I can't stand you. And then what killed me, like her outfit, the jeans with the see-through with the mesh top. I thought it was nice. He's like,
here's the thing.
That's your outfit?
I'm like, that it was very revealing. Has he not seen Carnival? They are naked. They are naked. The only clothes they're wearing are their high heels. And glitter. They're naked. Get the fuck out of here. TLC, do better. We are not dumb.
He annoyed me with that one. I'm like, sir, there are people up there naked or just wearing pasties, glitter, and body butter. What are you talking about?
I'm so irritated with them. They are the dumbest people on this show. Y'all could have kept them off because they are nothing but basura. Basura.
Well, him. She too,
because she putting up with this shit. And she's not being naked.
She's trying. She don't care. She's trying to get to the U.S. by any means necessary. So she gonna put up what she got to put up.
But these are the pre-parties. When he gets to the real event, the fuck he gonna do?
And he's like, oh, but kill me when he's like, oh, like, pre-party in the United States is like different. I'm like, no, it's not. Well, I'm not sure where you. It was like, I'm not sure where you're going. But the pre-parties that I went to, the ones that go from like 6 to 10, yeah, these were actual parties, sir. And then we would go to the main event afterwards. I'm like, what?
But I don't. It is a completely different experience when you are in Carnival. These people shut down and do not work. They drink, socialize, and party continuously. Like one party flows into the next.
Oh, for sure. But I guess with him, he's like the pre-party. I'm like, he's trying to act like, oh, the pre-party is not the big. No, the pre-party, sir, is a party. And my whole thing is this: like, you keep talking about how old you are and blah 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 blah. I'm like, being as old as you are, sir, you would think that a man of your age would have found the vitamin IV treatment center and be going there and to prepare yourself. Shut up.
But you know what it is, though? He's jet lagged. He is. He was
He
on
is.
a
No, he
long
is.
flight. He's jet
10
lagged.
hours. Was it
Maybe you should
18
have.
hours?
No, it was 10 hours. And I have proof of it because I have the snapshot. He's a fucking liar. It was not 20 hours, it was 10. So
20
shut
hours,
up.
sorry.
So what his dumbass should have done was not come the day before Carnival when they're going to be partying. He should have came at least 2 days before so he could sleep the whole day and catch up.
Yeah.
He's dumb.
Yes.
But I guess that's what you get when TLC pay for your ticket.
Right. we know you was in Coach. But anyway. Who next?
Nothing wrong with Coach.
When I say Coach, I mean at the back of the plane in the corner.
Oh Lord. You mean smelling the toilets?
Yes. That one.
Oh my God. All right, so who's next?
Oh. I think we have Scott and Lydia and Carlos and Valentine. Let's do Scott and Lydia because that was a nothing burger as well. She's still harping on the fact that he's dating younger women and then now wants to date her. And here's my problem. Here's where I really have the
That's not her main
problem.
concern. That's not her main concern.
No, I'm against that. She is worried about him like just running around traveling, paying for sex. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, hold up. Really? Really? I'm like, that is so insulting to even say that. I'm like, damn. I'd have left you right then and there. I would left you and Nicole right there with no TLC bag. How about that? And here's my whole thing. But here's okay. Let me be petty now, in a way. Okay, now it's insulting that that she would think he's like traveling to see these women and paying for sex, right? I'm wondering, is she mad that he came there to see her expecting sex and haven't given her no money? I wonder if that's the real issue.
I'm gonna tell you what the real issue is.
Okay.
It's $17,000 fucking dollars that could have been given to her, but instead it was given to the Colombiana. That is her problem. That is $17,000 that could have gone into her coffers, but instead a Colombiana got to it first. It ain't got nothing to do with sex because she accustomed to giving out that kitty cat. What's biting her chaps is that she lost out on 17 grand. And it seems like he's an easy mark because he gave 17 grand to a Colombiana. So he's ripe, but now he's 17 grand down. What's left for her? She been working this for a whole fucking year and she ain't realized that he was 17 grand down. And she's questioning whether there's any left for her to pilfer. That's what that is. Hey, Susan. It ain't got nothing to do with sex. It ain't. That's her trade. Although we like to sit here and say she's a lawyer, but if you look at the Campo and her line that she comes from, they're accustomed to this. She feels like she's wasted a year. And she's lost out to a Colombian. But she's only looking at it from the negative side. If it were me, I'd have been like, oh, so he had 17 grand to give to a Colombiana? Okay. So we're going to start asking about his financials and we are going to get $34,000 in my pocketbook. I'ma outdo the Colombian since he's so willing to give. And where he had said, haven't you ever like helped a friend that's been down on their luck? That's when I would have fell off the sidewalk and into the gutter and go, oh, my ankle, my ankle. That would have been the first instance I would have been down on my luck. And the money would have started from then. I don't get Lydia. Lydia is just petty. Lydia is not entertaining. The only thing that I found entertaining was when she bopped him on the head with the lightsaber. But when he got down in the street and started doing squats and stretches and sit-ups, and I was like, I was agreeing with her. He is crazy. What? You couldn't wait to go back to the hotel to do that in the privacy of your own room where I didn't have to see it? Or were you trying to show her how flexible you were so she'd get on top of it and ride it? I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. I don't understand them. I'm just looking forward to Scott blowing up over the language barrier. I think it might be the only real moment between them. But yeah, I'm sick of looking at Lydia in her interactions with him, either looking completely lost or laughing like a donkey. I'm done. You were barely entertaining before in previous seasons, Lydia, as a side character. You are duller than dirt in as a primary character, which I blame TLC for. I give you credit for selling this shit to them as a story, but I blame TLC for accepting it. Y'all must have been desperate because the rest of these people are losers that y'all would even consider to bring Lydia on this mess. She is not a primary character. She's barely a secondary. Whatever. Okay.
With her, like I said, with her, ma'am. And have you noticed when she talks now? She talks. She's talking much softer. I'm like, man, talking softer is not going to convince us that you're more compassionate and caring and all about love. No, we don't believe you.
Because the same vile nonsense is coming out of her mouth. It's just softer.
I don't want my heart broken.
You don't have a heart.
I don't want to waste my time, with someone who wants to date younger women. I'm like, you speaking in that tone is not going to change what we already know about you.
But yet, she don't want to waste her time with a man that wants to date younger women, but she's showing up with her belly out. Okay. So you still trying to compete.
Right.
Either you trying to compete or you are turning him away because you feel the coffers are empty and there's nothing left for you. Make your decision and let's just be done with this because it is painful to watch.
Agreed.
Who next?
Our last couple is Valentine and Carlos. And see, I had not watched this yet when I posted that in group chat. Like, they're not following each other. Carlos is single. What's going on here? Like, should we know this before the season is over? And then I watched this, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. And Valentine, here's the whole thing. You, as the elder of the couple, should know better. Because everything that's wrong with Carlos in your eyes, you keep repeating. And you guys have had the same conversations over and over again. Nothing has changed. But yet, you were all set to get married right up until he refuses to disinvite Michelle from the wedding. I'm like, and then as he's packing and leaving, he's like, he's not even like trying to stop me. I'm like, he over you. He got some, I agree with Debbie. He already got somebody else on the line. He don't need you no more. He got his friends on Instagram to talk to. I'm just saying.
You mean his friend in Atlanta?
I mean, yeah, they seem to be chummy. And And it's interesting that that was a bone of contention. What I'm looking at Valentine now too. Valentine, why are all of Carlos' friends a problem for you? Except for
Because Carlos wants them sexually. If Carlos would just admit that he is what it is that Valentine does call himself,
polyamorous.
polyamorous, if he would accept would come out and say that, I'm a man hoe, and I get down with the kitty cat and the doggy, he'd be like, okay,
Right.
let's go prowling, let's see what we can dig up. The more the merrier. Hey.
If Carlos, like you said, if Carlos were on it, it could be mutually beneficial.
Mm-hmm. They could be busting in a whole bunch of stuff. And they wouldn't have to fight over who on top and who on bottom, because everybody be sideways. I don't know.
And then he's talking about we're supposed to get married in a couple of days, and now the wedding's off. I'm like, what?
Did we ever see a wedding venue?
No.
We only saw the music video venue, which tells me that they was never getting married.
Right.
They was never getting married.
And then we saw them trying on those pastel suits.
So I could go and try on a pastel suit. That don't mean I'm going nowhere.
I'm just saying. Do you think that was just thrown in for storyline?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you noticed that they went to that store in the middle of the night after working hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's a friend of a friend, and who's to say that Michelle is really a girl, and who's to say that that isn't his friend in Atlanta, who's always smothered? I'm just saying, Hold on. Oh, you're back. Welcome back, Ryan. Valentine is gonna tell April off next week. Oh. The guy who went down to Brazil is a weirdo. He is. He's stupid. I feel like that's the dumbest storyline ever, Anna and Matthew. Why did he come with these cosplay costumes for Carnival next week? Yeah. I don't know, because you get your actual, and they're not Peter Pan and Wolf costumes. These are elaborate costumes that you're part of a band. Like I've jumped in Barbados Carnival, like, oh God, 30 years ago. Now it's much more elaborate. Y'all see how Rihanna be doing. You got to get in with your band from early. People are in bands for years. I don't understand why like when he put on the Peter Pan thing, I was like, what? And why does she have on clothes? Maybe they're not in the main get down in Sao Paulo for the carnival. I don't know. Maybe this is a regional celebration and not the big doop-de-doo that I watch every year. I don't know. Yes, girl, sideways. That was weird, dressed up like a wolf. It made no sense to me. He seems immature and childish and a bit possessive. He is okay, just in my own opinion, I would never be attracted to someone with a character like him. In my opinion, he does not come across to me as secure, intelligent, worldly, traveled, or moneyed. Like Valentine, I would be like his maturity, although he got nothing, his maturity and how he handled her, I in this episode, I was very impressed with. Although I don't believe their storyline, I was very impressed with how he handled her, which made me think that he can multitask, just not learning English right now because it's more profitable for him to speak the habla española to all of these women that he's getting money from.
Here's the thing. In my mind with him, I think in his head, he's like, why should I change anything when this is working for me now?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem to. He's like, I'm not in a rush to even do all that because it's not necessary.
Because he know that when he go to the States, he's losing income that's supporting his family.
Well, and that like that and the when if he comes to the United States, his allure goes down.
No, if he comes to the United States, it doesn't. Because he's still got that Spanish flair about him, but he's got to start all over
But
again, cultivating new people to support him and his family.
the
Um,
thing is, he's going to Texas, Debbie. Come on now. That's not going to work in Texas. Maybe if he was going to like Wyoming or like
but he's a
Wisconsin.
trainer. He gonna be up in the gym and he gonna, I see, senorita. Let me
But
get you a number.
but that in Texas that doesn't work. I can tell you that does not work in Texas.
I still, he's
No,
still cute and he's 26. I think he can make it work.
if he goes to a boutique fitness place, yes. But
Don't she
the
got a gym? She
huh?
got every other business. Don't she got a gym?
I think she did say she has a
She
gym.
has some sort of fitness something or the other. He could get in there. That'd be perfect. Draw down a salary from her and then get all your bitches on your phone. Sorry,
But
your ladies.
true. But do you think she's gonna really allow that under her roof though?
She ain't gonna know about it for a long time.
And I keep wondering, does she want him here just to keep an eye on him? That's another question I have in the back of
Not
my
to
head.
keep an eye on him. He is really going to be an employee.
Oh.
He is going to be an employee slash her plus one. But remember I told you from the first time that they came together, I said, why is she treating him like a servant?
You said you were confused because the way she talked to him was like he was an employee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have a good point.
Um, Scott's lack of upper lip. See, it's not just the upper lip like not being there, but the space between his nose and his upper lip is super, super long. I bet you it's almost 2 inches. It's really weird. It's really weird. Oh my god. Same here. He's childless. Who's childless? Um, she will have to worry about him going off with someone else, someone else's. Um, okay, so she does have a fitness business, okay, and Lydia is hoping Scott doesn't catch the eye of a younger Dominicana while he's there. Child,
Mm-hmm.
she better keep Nicole away.
Not
I don't
Nicole,
know.
child.
I don't know. I think Lydia and Scott's storyline was ruined for me when we found out that Alejandro set them up.
Right. Agreed.
I was like, that makes no fucking sense. None. But wait, let's get back to Valentine and Carlos. Valentine packs up all his gear because they had the same fight outside and then inside the rental home. Um, Valentine was like, "So we done?" And Carlos was like, "I can't be with somebody who has absolutely no care for my feelings." And Carlos Valentine was like, "Okay, great." Went back to the house, packed up all his stuff, and was waiting for an apology. And Carlos let him go. Carlos seemed devastated. The production crew was asking Valentine, why aren't you emotional about this? And he gave a very honest answer. He's like, based on my life, I got kicked out at 19. I was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a rough life, but I got to keep moving forward because if I sit and I think about the bad thing that is happening to me right now, I'm just going to wallow in it, and I can't do that. I have to keep moving forward. And I like that thought process, but it can come across as unfeeling or uncaring.
Right.
Um, and I think that's probably part of his issue with Carlos
Mm-hmm.
because Carlos is very emotional
Right.
and Valentine is not.
And I can say that. I can relate to that because I'm similar. Like I just take things and keep it moving, and then because in my head I'm trying to figure out what's my next move. Like so I get that. And it can't come across as unfeeling because somebody else may react differently. Like, they may let it out, be emotional, cry. He's like, I gotta keep it moving.
Yeah. So he left, and Carlos was sitting in there looking like he was having a fresh breakout. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird, but okay, whatever. Maybe their storyline is ending now.
I
I don't know.
mean, based on the Instagrams, it is.
Carlos, do you and keep on trying to find some way to come to America. I want Valentine's sister to tell Nicole off. Huh? Hold on. Which Valentine? Because we got a lot of Valentines. The Valentine in DR? Valentine? I'm so confused. Wait. Oh, okay. You want Valentine's sister to tell April off, not Nicole. Okay. Alrighty. Well, no, if she got anything left in her tank after she tell off April, she should go over and tell Nicole off too. um, that was the episode, right?
That was pretty much it. It's gonna be interesting to see how this next week plays out.
Is it really though?
I mean, I just want it to kind of be over.
I'm so upset that they ruined our favorite show.
I mean, we need to see Scott go in on Nicole though. Bring my kids out here. And I'm gonna say this: the only thing that can save this season, the only thing is if and only if that when Scott says, "Bring my kids out here," 3 kids come out the back.
Oh. But they're not. I have a feeling that at least one of them is underage.
Right, I'm just saying that's the only thing I can save if you bring out one.
Do you think there'll be a tell-all? I don't think there's ever been a tell-all for this.
This show doesn't do tell-alls.
But that's when it was on Discovery Plus, though.
Oh, fair point.
You know what? And TLC will want to completely ruin it. So who knows? But who cares? I don't find any of these couples remotely interesting. This used to be such a good show. God damn it. Anyway, y'all, thank you for joining us today. Join us tomorrow for You, Me, and My Ex. Hot mess. I'm getting very frustrated with that show as well. Oh, geez. Hope so on the tell-all. And Auntie, you keep hoping for that tell-all. I mean, how much worse can it get? Was it? Hold on. Was there a tell-all last season? I think it was on Discovery Plus last season, so there wouldn't have been. Yeah, it was on Discovery Plus first, so there wasn't a tell-all last season or for season 1.
Right, but that was on Discovery Plus. So you guys have a good point. It could be.
Yeah, so we'll see. But join us tomorrow for the other disaster, You, Me, and My Ex. Is anyone watching this show? I want to know what's the big secret with our favorite gruesome foursome, Lauren, April, Roy, and John. And has John been removed from the show for bad behavior? What? So bring your notes and let's chitty chat about those idiots tomorrow. And if you don't see us, and if you can't join us tomorrow, have a wonderful Memorial weekend. Stay safe and enjoy all of your families. And remember all that have fallen, so that we can celebrate this weekend. April from the foursome is exhausting. Yeah, she is. She is. And thank you, Auntie. Thank you. All right, y'all. Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, we're good to go.
Okay, until next time. Bye.
Yep.